When a customer noticed this waitress's ear, what he did made her break down in tears. This is the story of Carrie Marie Carlson, a waitress from Branford, Connecticut, who was working at G.W. Carson's restaurant serving burgers and steaks when she had an encounter she would remember forever. It was April 2017, and Carrie was living another completely normal day at her job. She was taking orders and waiting tables for diners at the establishment. It was then when a new customer rang the doorbell as he entered the premises. The newcomer soon took a seat at one of the tables, and Carlson went over to him with his order. They exchanged a few words, but it wasn't long before the man realized that the waitress was having trouble hearing him, and it was then that he noticed the hearing aid in the girl's ear. In fact, she had a device in each ear, but as she later explained to him, one of them wasn't working quite right, making it difficult for her to hear. They chatted for another bit, and the waitress picked up his order. However, he had to repeat things twice so she could take note of everything. After waiting on other tables, Carrie headed to the kitchen with the new orders. Then, someone tapped her shoulder to get her attention. When she turned around, she found herself face to face with the man she had been talking to a moment before. She was shocked at what he said, and especially at what he held in his hands and offered her. The man had caught her completely off guard. Hearing about her problems with the hearing aid, he had decided to help her. Now, he stood in front of Carlson and offered her $500 in cash, rolled up in a roll and wrapped in a rubber band, so that she could use it to repair the device. Of course, Carrie turned them down. It was very generous of him, but she was not willing to receive such a sum of money without deserving it. However, he told her he wouldn't take no for an answer, and taking Carlson's hand, he put the wad of bills in it and then closed it. It was at that moment that the waitress broke down in tears. In subsequent statements made to WTNH News, Carlson revealed details of that encounter. She recalled how she had refused to accept the money and how the man never accepted any of her excuses. "No, you deserve it," he had told her in the face of her refusals. "I cried for a minute in his arms," Carrie confessed to the reporter. "I still can't believe that someone I didn't know would be kind enough to do something like that for me." When asked what her reaction was when the man handed her the huge sum of money, Carlson replied, "I was in shock. I'm still in shock. It's not something that happens every day." Many of us may wonder what happened to the customer. However, this man preferred to keep his identity anonymous. However, he did give his card to Carrie, so at least she knows who he is. The rest of us will all remember him as the mystery customer who helped improve the life of a young Branford waitress. Carrie took her opportunity on the news to send him a message. "From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for giving me such a gift." Numerous media outlets have covered this touching story, which has managed to touch the hearts of everyone who hears it. In fact, the owner of the restaurant where this encounter took place, Jim Kurtopoulos, has donated part of the restaurant's profits to benefit the American Society for Deaf Children. It is to be hoped that this kind of stories full of kindness will have a domino effect, as well as that of the restaurant where Carrie works, which found a way to return the favor. Carlson was able to discover that there are still good people out there, as the kindness of that encounter showed her. And because of that, people with her condition can now have a better quality of life. Carrie was not born deaf. A car accident had caused her hearing problems. She had spent several years under the misdiagnosis that she had a learning disability, which caused her to miss an entire school year. It was only after all this time that young Carlson was able to receive the hearing aids she needed and move on with her life. Unfortunately for the girl, however, her hearing problems increased as she grew older. She lost her sense of hearing almost completely. Still, she managed to read people's lips and relied on her hearing aids when they worked. There could not have been a person more deserving of the mysterious customer's generosity than the waitress at G.W. Carson's. This is a story we seldom see and one that is sure to be forever etched in Carrie Carlson's memory.